Paris Saint-Germain are in the Champions League semi-final after we almost see one of the greatest comebacks in Champions League history. Not just quite for Aston Villa tonight. They are out of the Champions League, but what an effort they gave Paris Saint-Germain over the two legs. And before this game, and before, especially when Paris Saint-Germain went, what was it, 2 goals down, 2-0 down and 5-1 down aggregate, we're thinking, this PSG team is going to take some serious stopping. But there is definitely chinks in the armour to be made at this Paris Saint-Germain team. But nothing taken away from Paris Saint-Germain. They are an unbelievable side to watch. And they are still going to take some stopping to beat in the Champions League. This was the lineups that did end up playing in tonight's quarterfinal. And man, what a joy that PSG midfield is to watch. That first half was so good to watch from them. And I said it in a video last week when I spoke about Paris Saint-Germain. The way that they are able just to be so calm and composed on the ball. They're able to force teams into mistakes. And that is what you saw in the first 2 goals. It was a dead cross by Bradley Barcola. And then obviously Martinez, pressured moments, kicks it out, bang, Hakimi scores. And then the same again happens with Nuno Mendes. What they're able to do is when they play the ball out of the back, they'll take a still touch, look around, bang, ping the ball, 1-2, then it's a goal. Because not only they have got forwards that can finish, they've got fullbacks that can finish. Because Hakimi and Nuno Mendes was the only 2 players that scored for them tonight. Unbelievable game to watch. Genuinely, probably the best game I've watched in the Champions League this season in terms of quality, in terms of goals as well. But Aston Villa certainly can be proud of that performance. Yuri Tillemans, McGinn, Rashford really stepped up in the moments where they needed them. What a goal that was by McGinn, by the way. That guy always has like a screamer in him, like once a season. He always scores like 1-2 bangers. And everyone was like, whoa. It was a banging, absolute brilliant goal. And when Villa got that goal back from Tielemans, we're thinking, hey, could we? Then the second half came and they were just flying out the pressed PSG, used the physicality in Kamada and Onana and McGinn. And that is the way you have to beat that PSG midfield. The way to beat PSG is you have to nullify their midfield because their midfield is probably the strongest department in the way that they play football. They use their physicality to just outgun them and outpress them and out-battle them, especially in that second half. Hence why they almost completed the comeback. Pressured moments. And we're thinking, we've seen this in the past with previous years where PSG have bottled ties where they should have gone to the finals, the semi-finals, quarters, etc. But they got over the line tonight. If that was a couple of years ago, they would have gone out. And Donnarumma, in my opinion, probably a man of the match. He made 2-3 ridiculous saves. Saves from Rashford, Asensio, when he straight away came on. I don't know why Asensio didn't start, because in UEFA you are allowed to play players from on loan from other clubs. Don't know why he shouldn't start. He's been one of the best players since he signed from on loan this season. And yeah, so PSG are going through to the semi-finals. And it's going to be really interesting to see how they would do against Real Madrid or Arsenal. Obviously, at the time I'm recording this is right after the game. We don't know who is going to be through in the Real Madrid and Arsenal game. But one thing to be make sure, Champions League comebacks, we never write off a team. If Arsenal fans are thinking that Real Madrid game is dead and buried and done, you can think again. Because if Aston Villa can near enough basically complete one of the greatest comebacks in Champions League history, which, to be honest, they probably should have done with the chances that they had in that second half. Like, goal balls cleared off the line as well. Then Real Madrid certainly can. They're the greatest football club to ever be, to be honest. And this is their competition. So It's going to be really, really interesting. And the dream matchup is still on. We all want that PSG Barcelona final. Obviously, my club Liverpool is at the competition, so for me, I just want to see a good final. Two good teams go at it. And whoever wins it. As a football point of view, PSG Barcelona for me is the dream matchup. The way that both teams just go forward in attacks, there's goals galore. They've got ballers in the midfield. It's going to be really interesting to see like that battle between like Vitinha and Pedri for Barca. And obviously they have progressed against Borussia Dortmund. But Aston Villa, they've still got stuff to competing for the rest of this season. Obviously, they can still get Champions League football for next season, and they can still have a shout at winning the FA Cup. In my opinion, they probably will win the FA Cup. I fancy them to beat all the teams that are left in the competition. You'd expect them to beat Crystal Palace in the semi-final. And what a season that could be for Unai Emery in his second full season to win an FA Cup. To only go out by one goal against a very good side in Paris Saint-Germain, very good accountable on themselves, and to possibly get Europe again. He is certainly building something very special with Aston Villa. But make sure you are smashing the like, subscribing to the channel. We're on the road to 800. And let me know who you think will win the Champions League. If I was to give an early prediction, for me, right now, I'll probably say PSG. But you can get at them. You can get at them. That's the one thing I think will let PSG down. They haven't got proper out and out physicality in their midfield. And once you can nullify the flair, the way that they're able to keep the possession on the ball and unlock teams, it's going to be very interesting to see if anyone else can really do that. I think Inter Milan would be a good watch. PSG Inter, a team that's well drilled, good defensively and good going forward, and they're a big physicality team as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see who can stop this Paris Saint-Germain side. Aston Villa are out. PSG are into the semi-finals. And yeah, one quick thing, I did see this, which when before the game started, I thought it was quite interesting. Was this PSG, right? And the Aston Villa game, the Europa League music started playing, which I thought was quite mad. I don't know what happened there, but that was quite funny to see. But yeah, Dembele, by the way, 29 goals and assists in 24 games in 2025 for PSG. If he goes on to win the Champions League, does he win the Ballon d'Or? For me, the main candidates to win the Ballon d'Or, Dembele, I think you have to put Lamine Yamal in there. You could put Lewandowski certainly in there, Rafinha. And obviously, if Madrid can go through, you probably put Mbappe as well. So it's going to be really, really interesting for the rest of this competition. But PSG are through. Villa are out. Fair play to Aston Villa. What a season they're still having. And they put up a really good fight in this game. And to be honest, if it wasn't for Donnarumma, or a lot of people have been criticising in recent years, they would have certainly gone through tonight. That second half, I don't know how they didn't score like 3, 4, 5 goals potentially. But yeah, they was unlucky at times with the Donnarumma saves. But hey, in big moments in the Champions League, you want your goalkeeper, you want your players to step up, someone to take the scruff of the neck. And we did see some quality goals tonight. But that is the quarterfinal over for Villa. And PSG will go through to the semis, where they'll play either Real Madrid or Arsenal. And we will find out tomorrow night. Take care.